What is going on, guys? It is your boy King Kel here, and I'm coming at you with another video. Now, I was watching the news the other day early in the morning, and I stumbled upon some breaking news that Marvel, well, really Disney, has acquired the rights to Fox and those characters. So do you know what that means? That means the MCU can now use X-Men and the Fantastic Four in their movies. Now, with Logan being the last Hugh Jackman appearance as the Wolverine, he was quoted stating in an interview that he would be up for playing the character one last time as a cameo or an actual character in an Avengers movie. With Marvel/Disney now acquiring the rights to Fox, that can now happen. I mean, that would be exciting to see Hugh Jackman alongside the Avengers cast. Out of all the X-Men movies, he is still the top character out of all those movies, in my opinion. I love Hugh Jackman in every single role of Wolverine that he has played. But for this to happen, it would be up to Marvel or Hugh Jackman to reach out to each other and get this started. Now, with that being said, the X-Men and the MCU, I mean, there are so many stories you can cover. Like House of M, since Scarlet Witch is a part of the MCU already, I don't know how they would bring back Quicksilver because he is also a part of that story. But you know, Marvel can work their magic and find out a way to bring him back. If you don't know what the House of M is, you are missing out on some delicious comic book goodness, right? If you have not checked it out, you should actually check that story out. It's a pretty good story. There are tons of good stories that Marvel can now make into movies with these newly obtained characters. I'm just mad excited to see what they do. Will there be movies like Wolverine vs. Hulk now, like in the comics, or House of M, like I said earlier, and flipping Deadpool is in the MCU now? So many stories, so many creative standpoints. Could there be an X-Men versus the Avengers type movie now? I mean, there are so many things that they can do with these newly acquired characters now. I mean, it is crazy what they could do. Now, finding a replacement for Wolverine after his last cameo/character appearance, I don't know how they're going to do that, but I think pretty much everyone else besides Wolverine and Professor Xavier are pretty much irreplaceable. And maybe Michael Fassbender's version of Magneto are pretty much irreplaceable, but everybody else is pretty much replaceable. So, I mean, how could you not be excited for anything that could be coming out now? Especially during phase 4, which I am like hella excited for. And you know, Marvel lets out movies in phases as they continue to build the MCU. It's going to be great, and as long as you stick around for the ride, you're going to enjoy it as well. Now, you guys were probably listening for some type of Fantastic Four excitement, or maybe you weren't. With the last few Fantastic Four movies doing so poor, you guys were probably more excited to hear me skip past them. But hopefully, Marvel drops a box office hit with the return of Fantastic Four. I got my hopes held high for Marvel with the recent Thor Ragnarok being another box office hit. I mean, who better than Marvel to bring America's first superhero family back to its original glory? Now, onwards to more sadder news, in my opinion. With the Avengers Infinity War being the most watched trailer in history, I thought I'd look into the future of the Avengers, considering Infinity War being the 4th movie if you include Civil War. How much longer do the original cast have as the Avengers? Let's start with Robert Downey Jr., for instance. He has appeared as Iron Man as of recently in Spider-Man Homecoming, with Infinity War making his 8th appearance as a character. He was asked recently in an interview, how long do we have an Iron Man played by him? He was quoted saying that he wants to stop before it becomes embarrassing, which to me could mean after Infinity War or after the untitled Avengers 4, or maybe more movies in the future. Some have speculated that the last run of Iron Man could be after Infinity War, and him being replaced in Avengers 4. Now, you can't just recast Robert Downey Jr., so I think you should go the way of the comics now and introduce the new Iron Man, which is an African-American woman named Riri Williams, and make Robert Downey Jr., or Tony Stark, her Jarvis. Replacing Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark would be just like replacing Heath Ledger's Joker right after the second Batman film. I mean, I know Robert Downey Jr. didn't die, but you can understand the scope that I'm putting him in, because the magnificent performance of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, as long as you can remember, has been phenomenal. even with the not so great Iron Man 3 movie, but also Heath Ledger's phenomenal performance as Joker in the Batman trilogy. You wouldn't want to see him replaced just as much as you wouldn't want to see Robert Downey Jr. replaced as Iron Man. To me, in my opinion, that's high. Now, with Chris Evans, earlier in his career, he was quoted stating that when his contract was up during Infinity War, that he would stop being Cap and fully pursue his directing career. As of June 6th this year, he was quoted saying that he is up for whatever decision Marvel makes with the character. He was quoted saying that playing the character is like high school. You look forward to senior year until it comes, and now you're not so sure if you want to leave. And being out of school for a year, I understand his sentiment. Alongside those two, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, and Jeremy Renner all seem to want to reprise their roles and re-sign with Marvel after Infinity War. With ScarJo looking to get a standalone Black Widow movie made, which could flesh out the character and tell us about her past and such, since all we learned about her is from her visions in Age of Ultron. With Captain Marvel coming pretty soon, it'll be nice to see two standalone female character-driven movies in the MCU and learn more about Black Widow as a character, because I know absolutely nothing about her. So hopefully in the coming Phase 4 we see all the Avengers reprise their roles and continue to bring us those good old action-packed comedy gems we've loved for these last few years. And thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. If this is your first video, leave a comment so we can go back and forth about topics, and I will catch you guys on the first.